Why don't you read a book? You watch too much damn TV.
Let's dance.
Then it's time to stop guessing and start messing. Yo, Freddie!
Hello everybody and welcome to the basement of Hat Hole Home Video and another edition of VHS Dreadful. I'm your host, the ghoul that's too cool for school, Dr. Zato. Tonight I'll be reviewing Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. And no, I have not reviewed the first or second installments in the franchise because there's no rhyme or reason to my tape selecting process. My philosophy is I just go up there and grab whatever I feel like grabbing. Which, incidentally, is also my philosophy in public restrooms. So stay on your toes, guys. Get some snacks, get some pops, and sit back and relax while I feel my way through the twisted fun house maze that is The Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. Straight out the gate, our main character, Kristin, is neck deep in some arts and crafts. Cranking 80s tunes, pounding coffee grounds, and chasing it with cola. I think I'm in love. Too bad this crafting session is not for fun, but for survival. Because when Kristin falls asleep, she has horrific nightmares about being chased by a murdering kitty fiddler with a disfigured face and a fashionable fedora. No, don't worry, it's not Michael Jackson. That would be too scary. It's just Freddy Krueger. And just when Kristin thinks she's woken up and escaped his evil grasp, it turns out Freddy pulled the old, you think you woke up, but you're actually still asleep prank. Classic Krueger. Naturally, Kristin's mother thinks she's crazy and has her committed to Weston Hills Psychiatric Hospital. Sorry, kid, but when your broken brain is getting in the way of your mom's shot of doing the horizontal mambo with Dan from accounting, it's off to the nut house with you. In her first group therapy session, we meet the movie's colorful cast of victims. I mean characters. Philip, who makes puppets. Will, the wheelchair nerd. Kincaid, the tough guy with a heart of gold. Jennifer, who wants to be an actress but also burns herself with cigarettes. Keep reaching for those stars, baby. Joey, who doesn't speak. Taryn, the bad girl with a troubled past. Billy, the hothead. Henry, the neat freak. Jack has a messiah complex, and Albert only speaks in baseball lingo and TV slogans. Wait a minute, those guys aren't from the Dream Warriors. They're from the 1989 comedy The Dream Team. Get out of here, guys, you're getting your chocolate in my peanut butter. We also have Dr. Sims, who's a mean old bitch, Dr. Neil Gordon, the Hunky Doctor, and the hospital's newest intern, Nancy Thompson. In group, it's revealed that all the kids have been having nightmares about the same exact spooky dude with knives for fingers, but that doesn't impress Dr. Sims or Dr. Gordon. We got a real couple of Simon Cowells over here. But Kristin senses that Nancy is someone to trust, so when she finds herself in another nightmare, she psychically pulls Nancy into her dream. That's right, Kristin has super dream powers, and if you feel like that's a little too far outside the realm of reality, please remember, you're watching a movie about a burn victim wearing a Christmas sweater that runs around with a Ginsu glove, killing teenagers in their dreams. Get off your high horse. Nancy turns out to be a badass and saves Kristin from the drooling gob of a giant worm. It's a worm. When she gets a good look at Freddy, she has the same reaction most women have when I hit on them at the bar.
Oh my God.
Hey, ladies, calm down. There's enough of me to go around. You know what I'm saying? Now that Kristin's secret has been revealed, it's Nancy's turn to share. Nancy knows for a fact the kids aren't crazy. She explains that they're dealing with an honest-to-goodness dream demon, and she knows this because her and Johnny Depp fought Freddy in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. It didn't end well for Johnny, but Nancy survived. And speaking of surviving, Philip doesn't. While Nancy and Neil are busy flirting with a budding workplace romance, Freddy literally pulls the strings on Philip like a marionette. It was like his tendons, it made me want to puke. Freddy walks the Philly dog up to the bell tower and lets the gravity that Isaac Newton invented reintroduce Philip to the concrete below. Late that night, Jennifer's watching a little TV to chase away a raging case of the Mondays. Wait, is she watching Flight of the Navigator? I'm gonna have to go in for a closer look. Hey, it totally is! Man, I love this movie more than Goonies growing up. What's your favorite scene, Jennifer? What? What could be more important than Flight of the Navigator?
I bought it already red with black in it, so I didn't know what it
Oh,
was.
probably from an artificial bird.
Dick Cavett, more important than Flight of the Navigator. I don't think we can be friends. I'm just gonna say it.
That's what you think.
You're seriously walking towards the TV you just saw Freddy on. Alright. Oh my god, I love that lamp! Oh, yeah, this looks bad for me. But I didn't do that. That was not me. That was, her dream did that. Sleepwalking. Teenagers, though, right? Probably like a TikTok challenge, maybe? I don't know. Kids these days with their music and their rock and roll. Has anybody ever told you look like Cowboy Curtis, not to change the subject? Well, with 2 warriors down, Nancy finally spills the beans to Neil and the rest of the kids. She also lets them in on Kristin's secret psychic dream powers. Feels a little rude to reveal someone else's secret like that, but desperate times, I suppose. Using hypnotism, they attempt to enter the dream world as a team, but the attempt fails. While the group regroups, Joey is tempted away by a very comely nurse. Dear Penthouse, I entered the teenage insane asylum a boy, but I left a man. Suddenly, Dr. Gordon's Newton's cradle completely disrespects its namesake by violating at least a couple laws of physics, and the gang realizes they're in the dream realm. Will can walk, Taryn is bitchin', Kincaid is strong, and Kristin can flip around. Oh, and Will also has wizard powers, because even in his dreams, he's a giant nerd. Oh, now I get what's going on with Joey. His dream power must be the art of female seduction. Just kidding. The sexy nurse is really Freddy Krueger in disguise. And Joey is now being held hostage in the dream realm. To save Joey, Nancy and Neil hatch a daring scheme to bury and bless the earthly remains of Freddy. Of course, to do that, they would need to know where to find Freddy's bones. But who would know where Freddy's bones are? How about one of the people that killed him? That's right, Nancy's dad. Quick bit of franchise history. Before Freddy Krueger was a dream-hopping evil spirit, he was a real-life child killer. They caught him, but he got off on a technicality, and that's when some of the Elm Street parents found him and dispensed a little frontier justice, burning him alive and hiding the body. And now that Daddy Drinking Problem has joined the team, it's a race against time to pack Freddy's bags and hand him a one-way ticket back to hell. So Nancy assembles the kids while Neil and Nancy's dad head to the old junkyard where he hid what's left of Freddy's body long ago. As soon as Nancy and the kids enter the dream world, they're instantly separated, which, as we've seen previously, doesn't go well. Yep, Will the wheelchair wizard is down for the count with Freddy barely breaking a sweat. Maybe Taryn will fare better. She's going for an old-fashioned back alley knife fight. Taryn's holding her own, but leave it to Freddy to play dirty. Don't do drugs, kids, not even once. This is how it always ends. Well, looky, we've got ourselves a bag of bones. This incredibly circuitous plan is nearly 1/4 complete. Time to get Freddy buried. Meanwhile, Nancy and her ever-shrinking squad have found Joey. As Nancy races to save Joey from slipping into a fiery pit, Kristin flips around and Kincaid hits Freddy with a big ol' pipe. Hey, they both used their superpowers, good for them. But the epic gymnastics pipe-swinging fight of the century is interrupted when Freddy senses somebody messing with his earthly remains. Holy snakes, he can possess his own bones. That is awesome. Nancy's dad takes a few swings at Skella Freddy, but ends up with a crotch full of knives and impaled on the fin of a '59 Cadillac. Oh boy, that's gonna itch when it starts to heal. But before he shuffles off this mortal coil, Nancy's dad swings through the dream world to say goodbye to Nancy. It's a very touching moment. Psych, it was Freddy pulling another one of his hilarious pranks, and he gets all up in Nancy's guts. Maybe sanitize those knives every once in a while. They were just in an old man's crotch like 30 seconds ago. You nasty. As Freddy moves to kill Kristin, Nancy gets one more badass moment as she stabs Freddy with his own glove. How do you like that, creep? Finally, Dr. Neil Better Late Than Never Gordon gets Freddy's bones in the ground and blesses them with holy water. Freddy is forcibly laid to rest, and Nancy dies, I think making her the new Freddy. Wouldn't that have been cool if that's how it worked? If Nancy became the dream killer in the next movie and it always passed to someone from movie to movie? Kinda cool. Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. So there you have it, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It's by no means perfect, it's very stoppy-starty, it has some really bizarre choices in tone, and some very questionable acting in certain spots. And as a fan of the franchise, I do think killing off Nancy was a huge mistake. She was Freddy's first and greatest opponent, and the character deserved better. That being said, it is still a top-notch Nightmare on Elm Street flick. It splits the difference between the 100% serious horror of the first films and the later silliness of the later films. It's kind of the middle ground. Not too hot, not too cold. This porridge is just right. And that's it for VHS Dreadful for today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And remember, whether you are a dirty dog sleeping in the sun or an alley rat eating up the night, you are always welcome here at Hat Hole Home Video. Bye-bye.